What's up? What's going on? I'm gonna get straight to the point here. As you can see here, I'm gonna talk about song structure. Now, a lot of artists might believe, well, I got this down. I know how to do this, and I'm a producer, and I get a lot of songs daily. I get a lot of information daily from artists, and a lot of you don't know or even understand what song structure is. So, let me go ahead and let me share with you, song structure. Now, one thing you always want to remember is hit songs, every song that you hear on the radio has a specific structure. Every song. So it's not like somebody just grabbing the mic and just going until the hook sounds like a good place to put in. They're sticking to a specific structure, but some people are getting creative outside of that. Usually, the song, of course, as you already know, starts with a title. And my apologies for this kind of presentation, kind of PowerPoint presentation type thing. But again, a lot of people are missing a lot of key things, and a lot of things in your life you're missing because you don't know. And a lot of people refuse to learn what it is that they need to know. So again, I always talk about my own experiences. You see, I know how it feels, and I'm always talking about how I know how it feels. But so I always want to let you know that we're in the same predicament. Everything that I know now, I had to learn, but I didn't have anybody like you do telling you and helping you through this process. I had to learn all of these things on my own, and it took me a lot longer to get to where I am now. So, if anything, take advantage of you having a mentor, and take advantage of you having somebody actually telling you real life experiences and real life things that they've been through, and and help to make sure that you don't make the same mistakes so you can get further in your career. So sorry about that real quick, just had to throw that in there. But of course, the song starts with the title, and always make sure that the title has something to do with the song. If the name of the title was hot dogs, don't start talking about hamburgers. You know what I'm saying? Don't have a whole song where you're not talking about hot dogs. The title of the song has to be relevant to what you're talking about, what you're singing about. Now, and you might say, I already know this stuff. And if you do, perfect. You know what I'm saying? If you do, perfect. But still watch this video, because there might be something on here that you might not know that you thought you knew. So, always make sure you have a relevant title. Next, the song usually starts with an intro. Now, for you, that may, you may have something you want to say in the intro, or you may not. Tired. I hope you ain't yawning. I'm yawning, but I'm yawning because I'm boring. Don't get it twisted. I ain't yawning because I'm boring. I'm yawning because I'm tired as hell. So, intro. Now, in the intro, you might have a something, something small that you want to say. That can be just introducing the song, introducing yourself, or get creative in that area. Now, the verse right after the intro is usually 16. It can be 12 or 24 bars. You can get creative. I spelled creative wrong. As long as you understand the guidelines. Now, the guidelines, the basic structure usually is 16 bars. So you will start the intro. The intro usually will be maybe 4 to 8 bars. And if anyone is out there like, what is a bar? Let me show you what that is first of all. Now, when I'm talking about bars, I'm talking about, now you're actually getting some game right now as a music artist, because this is usually how music producers count the count the track. So if I was talking about 4 bars and the tempo was 123, let's say the tempo 123 is that. So if I was talking about 4 bars, I would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. And I just counted out 4 bars. So if I was talking about 8 bars, I would do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, I would count it out the same way until I get to 8. If I'm talking about 16 bars or 12 bars or 24 bars, I'm counting the same way depending on the tempo. Now, that the tempo can be fast or it can be slow. Whatever the tempo of the beat is, it's very important to understand and know the difference between, to know what a tempo and what a bar is, because, so you don't go over. And again, these are things that you might know, but just a refresher course if you know. So next, as you know, will come the chorus. And the chorus, usually called the hook, is usually 8 bars, and it could be 16. I mean, I've heard a lot of songs, like a couple of Rihanna songs. She does like a part where she's talking, and then well, not talking, but she might be, mumbling something, and then the second part is, where she really sings and the beat might break down. Now, another thing, right after the verse, and I didn't put this here, but this is important when it comes to singers. Now, singers, you can have a verse and then you can have a pre-hook or a pre-chorus. And if, let's say you're talking about 16 bars. So let's say the first 8, you would have your verse. And the second 8 or the last 4, again, we're talking about 16 bars. Now, the second 8 or the last 4 can be your pre-hook or your pre-chorus. And that can be where, that's like a chant where, you would say something, like if the song was about baby, I love you, your pre-hook would be baby, I love you, or whatever. I'm not going to get corny and, study some of these songs and you'll see exactly. I wish I had a song right now available that I could show you what the pre-hook and what the chorus is. But basically, the pre-hook is right in between the verse and the chorus. It's usually the last 8 or the last 4 bars right before the chorus. Now, I hope I'm not confusing you. I really hope I'm not confusing you. If I confuse you, then rewind the video back, and if that's not helping, then email me and I'll be more than glad to explain this process to you myself. Now next, after the chorus, it's another verse, and that's another 16 bars. Or in here it would be, I guess, an 8-bar verse and a 8-bar pre-hook or a 4-bar pre-hook. So again, it would be either 4. I'm confusing my damn self. So it would either be an 8-bar verse and a 8-bar pre-hook leading into the chorus, or a 8-bar verse, or a 12-bar verse and a 4-bar pre-hook leading into the verse. Man, I hope I'm not. I hope I'm not confusing you. I'm confusing the hell out of myself. But the most important part is that you understand that the song starts with an intro. Then it goes into a verse, could go into a pre-hook if that's what you desire, usually for singers, then goes into the chorus, then goes into another verse, or a pre-hook if that's what you desire, and then another chorus or another hook. So, right after that, then there's a bridge. Now, the bridge is usually the climax of the song. That's where the beat changes, and it's usually different from the verse and the hook. So, it could even be like a chant part, I guess the most important part is that you understand that there's an intro, there's a verse, which has 8 to 16 bars, there's a chorus, which has 8 to 16 bars, and then another verse, then another chorus, then a bridge, and then another chorus. And then usually after that, it's the end of the song. So, to simplify it, always remember that intro, verse, it has to be between 8 or 16 bars. And if you're a singer, you'll have a pre-hook in there, either the last 8 or the last 4 bars, and then a chorus, which is usually 8 to 16 bars, and then a verse, which is usually 8 to 16 bars, and then another chorus, and then a bridge, which is usually 8 to 16 bars, and then the chorus, and then the end of the song. Now, I know I may have just confused the hell out of you, man. I may have just confused the hell out of you, and if I did, I apologize. I really apologize. But, I want to make this as simple as possible because a lot of people really don't know this information. And, like I said, after the last chorus, it's usually the outro or the end of the song. Now, tips to remember. Stay on beat. I can't stress enough how many songs I get from artists and they're rapping and I don't know what they're rapping to. Here's a simple trick that I would tell you to start off with. You know how, and this might be corny to some people, but, try to make a beat on your chest. Snap your fingers and then make a beat on your chest. And then what you do is rap with the beat. Or see if you can even talk and make the beat at the same time and stay at the same tempo. That's usually an indication on if you can even be a rapper or a singer or not. Or, I mean, not saying that you can't be that if you don't know how to do that, but if you don't know how to stay on beat, that's crucial. I mean, you shouldn't even be putting out songs or anything like that if you're not staying on beat. So, listen to what's out there. Listen to artists. Listen to your favorite artists. Listen to the songs. I mean, you like those songs for a reason. Pick out what you like about those songs and implement those into your songs. That's a huge tip. Now, next, if singing, make sure you are singing in the key of the song. Oh my gosh. This is huge. This is huge. There's nothing more. Look, I'm going to try something. Now, and that's because I don't have my keyboard next to me. Let me try something. Hopefully you can hear this. I have this piano app on my phone. And I'm going to just go with something basic. But, let's see. Now, if you're a singer. Wow, okay, I don't like this sound. I wanted piano. My son. And I'm always, well, if this is the key to your song right now, and you can see I'm just using this basic little app. I mean, I'm on crutches, so I didn't want to do this video in the studio. I could have, but if that's the key that you're singing in, but you're singing in this key, watch how horrible this sounds. And this is just a simple example. Oh, well, that's a harmony. So that's a horrible example. Let me do another one. If this the key that you're supposed to sing in, and you're singing there, listen to how horrible this sounds. That sounds horrible together. And hopefully you get my point. My point is if you're not singing in the correct key, it won't even sound right to you. It won't even sound right. And if it sounds right to you, then you're totally tone deaf. And if you're tone deaf, that's all right. But you have to take the necessary steps to at least get to where, you actually can hear what you're doing, because that's very crucial. I mean, there's no way that I would, not having any experience in building houses, there's no way in hell I would just go out and build a house right now, because I wouldn't be able to do it, because I don't know how to do it. I would have to get a manual, or I would have to learn something from someone that knows more than what I know in order to build that house. And basically, that's what I'm doing right now is, I mean, I might know a couple more things more than you. You might know more than me. But either way, I'm showing you so you can learn and so you can get to another level. Because 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10, if you're sending people songs and you're not on beat and you're singing off key, if you're a singer, that's where you're going to stay. I mean, you don't get opportunities if that's where you are. I mean, and that's just to keep it real. So, I care about you. I always say that. I want to see you get to the next level. It's more than just me selling a beat to you. I want to see you get to the next level. I didn't have anybody out there when I was coming up. See, when I was coming up, people kept secrets. And people are still keeping secrets. I'm not holding nothing back from you, baby. I want to see you get to the next level. So, next, stay within the guidelines, but get creative. And you already know that. Get creative. If you don't want to do 16 bars or you don't want to do 8 bars, then do 12 bars. If you want to get creative and do a 4-bar verse and a 4-bar pre-chorus and, or a pre-hook and, do whatever. I mean, you get creative, but stay within the guidelines. Don't do something weird like, just don't do nothing weird. I mean, you've heard bad stuff. You know what bad stuff is yourself. So now, this is, tips to always remember. Keep working at it. Keep working at it. Don't do this for 2 weeks and don't work out right and then give up. Now, you're a true failure if that's what you do. And always remember, I know this sounds corny when people says it, but we don't never remember failures. We don't never remember people that quit. They never talk about people that quit. But in history, the only people that make history is the people that go through the hard times and keep going. So always keep working at it and never give up. Never give up. Never, ever, 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 ever give up. Because, put it like this. You want to be this for some reason. This is in your head for some reason. For some reason, you want to be an artist and you want to be a successful artist. For some reason. Whether that's, you know, you like singing, or you like you like how music feels to you, or whatever that reason is, that's the reason that you're here right now. That's the reason that you're even studying your craft. That's the reason that you're even doing what you're doing. So you don't get blessed with gifts and talents like that unless you're supposed to go forward and to see what all you're supposed to get out of it. You know? So sorry if this went over too long. Hopefully I didn't confuse you. And if I did, my bad. I mean, you know, watch the video again, and, you know, hopefully you're not confused. All right? Have a good day. Peace.